What's going on, guys? PC here. I just got finished watching the Shenmue Postmortem with Yu Suzuki at GDC 2014. It was very, very interesting. It had a whole bunch of history behind the development of Shenmue and how it went from being the old man in the peach tree, which was the original prototype for the game, which had you playing as, I forget the guy's name, some character who is looking for, I believe, a kung fu master or karate master named Ryu, and you went and asked this old man if he knew where Ryu was, and he would have you go and get a peach for him because he was hungry. And he said in exchange for the peach, he'd tell you where Ryu is. And apparently you went through a whole bunch of different tasks for this guy to figure out where Ryu was, and in the end you actually figure out that he indeed was Ryu in the first place. So that's rather interesting. And obviously after that, as most of you probably know, it went on to be Virtua Fighter RPG on the Saturn, and after that it got to be obviously Shenmue on the Dreamcast. But as it was going through all the history of everything and how the development went of the game, it showed a bunch of different slides, right, throughout the presentation, which would show you information and screenshots and videos and stuff like that. But there's one slide that came up that really caught my eye, because it had it listed the different features in Shenmue that it was supposed to have on the Dreamcast, like an open world 3D, and I forget the other stuff it had, but at the bottom of the features list, it said voice recognition with, I think is it word recognition technology, something like that, which I thought was really interesting. I've never heard of Shenmue having had voice recognition at any point. This is completely new to me, and I'm sure it's new to most people. I have never heard of this before. And it's definitely not out of the realm of possibility, because obviously the Dreamcast did have voice recognition, as you can see, microphone here, and it had Seaman, which was obviously completely based off of voice recognition, and it wasn't actually that bad. Seaman, I think, does a pretty good job of recognizing what you're saying, although it's a little hard to tell at some points because Seaman likes to ignore you, so it's kind of hard to tell if the game is either not understanding you or if Seaman is just ignoring you. But it didn't work that bad, and definitely wasn't out of the realm of possibility for Shenmue. But as Yu Suzuki had said in the postmortem, a lot of things had to be cut, and I'm guessing this was one of them. But it's very interesting, and I think it could have made Shenmue even more unique than it already is. I've said before that Shenmue is one of the most immersive games I've ever played. It really makes you feel like you are the main character. It makes you feel like the story's about you. And I think voice recognition could have added a lot more to the immersion if done right. And I think that may be why it was cut, because they maybe experimented with it and it didn't work out. It just, maybe the technology wasn't there yet to get the results they were looking for. You know, Yu Suzuki is kind of a perfectionist, so if it wasn't up to his standards, it probably was just scrapped. But I think it could have been really cool, and could have just added to the game. Imagine being able to go through the streets and literally ask people on the street, you know, a place where sailors hang out? I mean, I don't know. I think it could have been cool. And it really caught my eye because it's some new information I've never known about Shenmue before, and obviously this whole press conference was filled with that type of stuff, but I thought this was the most interesting thing about it. Even though the whole thing was great, though. If you did not watch it live, definitely go back and watch it. I'm sure they'll have it. I watched it on GameSpot. I believe it was probably on other sites as well, but they'll probably have a recording of it for you to watch back if you didn't watch it live. But I'm curious to what you guys think about this voice recognition in Shenmue. Do you think it could have added to the game, or do you think it might have detracted from it if the technology wasn't there yet, if it didn't really work right? I mean, if it wasn't there, it might have ended up just making the game feel broken at the points where you'd use the voice recognition. But then again, maybe they'd have an option to turn it off. But who knows? I'm just curious as to what you guys think of voice recognition in Shenmue. Do you think it would have been cool to have? Let me know in the comments down below. I just wanted to make this quick video to give you a little bit of an impression, my impression of the Shenmue Postmortem and how cool it was. And it was very, very cool. Apparently he's going to do one on Shenmue 2. I'm not sure when that is. It said at the end of the video, it said Shenmue 2 coming soon. So, or to be continued. Which you could actually think is a reference to Shenmue 3, but unlikely. But anyway, guys, let me know your what you think in the comments down below. What you think of voice recognition in Shenmue, and maybe just generally what you thought of the Postmortem. Did you enjoy watching it? And let me know if there's anything else that stood out to you in the press conference. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to make this quick video to kind of point that out. I'm sure a lot of you might have actually just missed that, so I'm just curious as to what you thought of it. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. This is PC, signing out.